Hi, and welcome back to the channel. This is Rob Thomas, your Everything Microsoft Enterprise Cloud Architect. And today I want to dive into something super important for managing your cloud environment. That is Microsoft Azure policies. If you're serious about staying secure, compliant, or efficient in the cloud, you're going to love this one. All right, without further ado, let's give a shout out to our sponsors, and that is Enterprise Software Solutions. The software dudes, these guys are awesome. I highly recommend them in your many Microsoft Azure, Copilot, Power BI, Office 365, SQL Server, Windows Server purchases. Again, highly recommend them. You can see a lot of the businesses that they work with, and I work with them. So as you start trying to learn more and more, I do encourage you to reach out to this group. All right, so let's pretty much jump into this and really talk about Microsoft Azure policy. And basically, we just really need to answer the obvious question, like, what is Microsoft Azure policy, right? And basically, Azure policy helps you enforce rules and access compliance across your entire Azure environment automatically and at scale. I mean, it gives you a compliance dashboard that shows you how your resources are doing. And it even fixes problems automatically with bulk remediation, which is pretty cool. I want to share 3 key resources, and this is just an example of when you actually log into Microsoft Azure policy, right? And this is their main page of the screen, which is really good. Highly encourage you to check this out. But you can see here I'm logged in, and when you log into the Microsoft Azure policy infrastructure, right? At a high level, at a very basic level, you're asking yourself, like, what are its key uses, right? So some of the key uses you can actually do with Azure policies is, or some real world examples is, you can enforce the resources are only deployed into approved region, right? You can make every resource have the right tags for easy tracking. And then you can automatically send diagnostics to log analysis for monitoring. I mean, it's all about consistency, security, cost control, and staying compliant. Now, how does Azure policy works? And here's the big idea. You write a policy, right? Which is like your basic business rules, and it's in a JSON format. And I know that's really a very technical term, but it's just like behind the scene, the way code is captured, like it's a JSON format. And you can group several policies together into something called an initiative. Then you can assign these policies or initiative to scope like management groups, which we covered in previous video, subscription, again, which we covered in previous video, resource groups and individual groups. Once assigned, the Azure policy monitors and evaluates your resources against those rules all automatically. Now, an example of some policies are you can deny storage accounts that aren't the right size. You can block resources deployment in unapproved regions, and you can automatically add missing tags to a resource. There is a built-in library ready to go, which I'll touch on a little bit in a future video. And you could also, you could always customize or create, your own. Now, evaluation and compliance. Azure policies evaluate resources at key times. When a resource is created or updated, when a policy is assigned or updated, and every 24 hours during daily checks. Now, if something goes wrong, the Azure policies can either design a change, log it, or alter the resource, or deploy something new to fix it, right? So now I'm giving you like a lot of background about Azure policies and just kind of, helping you understand like examples, what it is, what it does. Now let's go just a little bit more deeper. Like Azure policies versus Azure RBAC, which is RBAC. Now, a quick heads up. Azure policies is not the same thing as Azure RBAC. Now, I covered in a previous video like RBAC, but it's different. Now, RBAC controls who can perform actions, and policies controls what actions are allowed to happen. No matter who initiates them, together they give you full control over the Azure environment. Now, pro tip. Start with an audit mode first. It shows you what would happen without actually blocking anything. And then use initiatives to organize related policies, which will make life much easier. And manage your policies at code for versions, control, and easy updates. Now, all right, I want to basically wrap up Azure Policies. I felt like I've explained it, gave you a lot of information. And if you want to, and I just basically want to say this, you want to stay compliant, you want to stay secure and in control of your Azure resources, this is the tool you have to master, right? And it's not hard. In a future video, I'll go over, just show you simple steps on how to, and you could see here, here I'll share with you before we take off. You can see here, step-by-step guide to assigning a policy. So I'll walk you through that in a future video. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you've gotten some insight into Azure Policy. And this is a link you can go to learn more about Azure Policies. And also, if you can see here, I was sharing, you could just go in and just kind of dig more deeper into Azure Policy. So I hope this was helpful. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more cloud tips. See you in the next one. Thanks.